There's Silverman. He lost his mind.
How was this today?
No, a few days ago.
Ah, okay.
Nah, it's all good.
Hey, everybody.
I got no beef with him.
I was just catching. Oh, hold on. Hey, nope. Where the fuck? Hello. Test 1 2 test. Test. Oh, there you go. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. It wasn't working. There you go. Hi. Happy fucking welcome to GratCast. The podcast where Daddy sits around and sorry, Ziggy. I was. Can you hear me now? To quote the lovely Keanu, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you feel me? Hey, everybody. I'd love to say I'm waiting for everyone to get here, but I don't know. I don't know how many people come to this. I don't know if you probably didn't hear Geno. I don't know where Geno Bisconte's airborne herpes bumps came from, but whenever you show up, you've added another word to it. Wasn't it yesterday? Wasn't it just Geno's herpes bumps or Geno Bisconte's? Well, I'm good to see they're airborne now. I can't wait to see the status of tomorrow. Welcome, if you guys. Well, I don't know. I was literally look. I can admit when I'm wrong, and I was watching the. I'm not Spectrum. I was watching fucking John over in the Win by Two. The Win by Two stream. Good kid, Philly boy. I got no problem with him. He was he got rid of that fucking scrawny fuck, and now he's just living his best life, having a blast doing it. And again, I've said this before. I'll say this about fucking anyone that does a podcast, even Kevin Brett. If you're enjoying it, I'm not going to judge you. I am not going to sit there and say, yo, quit. If you're cracking yourself up and having a good time, then carry the fuck on. I love that I'm doing this with Geno Bisconte's airborne herpes up. That's it. Now you're done. I am not. Am I really? Motherfucker, hold on. Settings. I probably am. Camera. Hold on. Audio. Yeah, I am. Hold on.
10 of these. See, this is in my defense. There you go. Is that better? No, it was on. I was using this one instead of this one. In my defense, and thank you guys for, No. Sounds like a problem with my train. The thing is fucking loaded up with fucking Red Bull. I can't figure out how the fuck that happened. Is that better, guys? Yeah. Thank you, smartass. And that's on me. Look, I'm spoiled. I'll be the first to admit, speaking of gratitude. Hold on. I'm going to let a little more light in. Speaking of gratitude, save my spot. Thanks for covering, Aaron. In my defense, I'm used to just showing up in a fucking, tens of thousands of dollars studio and just being, hey, Crimson Host, how are you? And just being able to fucking ramble like a fucking idiot to the fucking viewers. You know what I mean? And I don't have to do anything except look pretty. And I think we all know how well Daddy do that. So, as I was saying, look, I got nothing today. And I don't mean I got nothing. I mean, it's been, I will say this is legit. Sorry I missed last week, but again, not like I'd love to take credit for all the streams Keanu does that I pop up in because, I'm around her a lot. But it's not like you can't get a fix of Daddy all throughout the week if you are subscribed to, of course, let's say it just because I always do, to the lovely Keanu C. Thompson. If you are subscribed to her, then trust me all throughout the week. And she's a much better streamer than me because what the fuck just happened? What the fuck was that? Do I have nothing's open. Again, I'm spoiled. I show up every day. I walk into a studio and Daddy looks pretty. All right. So again, hey, Joey Dago, shout out. Let's go to Magic 8-Ball Super Spreader Geno. Oh, I missed it. There you go. Super Spreader Geno. I want to say hi, Barry McCockiner. Speaking about Barry McCockiner, I'll tell you guys this. The wonderful Frankie McDonald. I was hanging out with my buddy last night because me and Keanu, we had a couple drinks. We had a couple in us. We were looking for trouble. And I'm at a bar with her, and her buddy Jack walks in, who loves the show and loves Frankie McDonald, and I'm like, watch this. And I just sent Frankie McDonald a fucking little messenger call. And unfortunately, we were in a bar that was so fucking loud, you couldn't even talk to him. So it was too fucking crazy to chat. By the way, I sent a link, if you've been watching the show, to Jimmy Schwartzman in case he wants to weigh in. I don't think he even has a computer if he wants to, but it'd be fun to see if he did. I don't think he does. I wonder what Carucci's doing. Just send in some links for people I saw this week. Rich Carucci, by the way. There you go. Rich Carucci. Hey, 66. Rich Carucci was on the Ray DeVito podcast the other day. I almost sat through 2 minutes of it before I said, what the fuck? There's Producero Roberto Y. Mr. Faversham, what do you think about the former YW waiting for 5? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, like Mr. Faversham, that is one of the, no. Mr. Faversham, that's one of the things I see where it's like, this can't be a real video. This can't be a real video because there's no way you would do that. What's the equity? The natives, I thought equity was if your house is on fire, you get the water. I don't know. Look, I'm actually going to Google that right now. Watch this. Hawaii water equity. Let's just see what comes up, okay? Hawaii water Hawaii water equity. Hawaii official concerned with equity. Are you kidding me? Here we go. Let's take a look at this. You know what? We'll take a look at this, people. I'll play your game. I mean, might as well do it now because I don't feel like talking about it fucking at work Monday because who knows? So you're telling me. All right. Let's see if this fucking works. All right. Let's take a look and I'll take you down so we can I'll take you. Dude, is my internet fucked up? Why is everything? I can't. I cannot be bothered. But don't forget to use the comma. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know why my internet's so fucking slow. No, but this isn't Verizon. It should be fine. All right, let's take a look at this. Jesus Christ, look at that. Fucking look at that, people. No, not the underwear. Don't look at the underwear. No one cares about the fucking underwear. How do you make that go away? Thank you. Access to water should be predicated on conversations about equity, according to Hawaii officials on fire. This can't be real. M. Kaleo Manuel, former deputy director of Hawaii Commissioner on Water Resource Management, waited for more than 5 hours to release water during the wildfires. That makes absolutely no sense. In a live stream debate hosted, by the University of Hawaii last year, he described water as a sacred god. Let water connect us and not divide us, referring to the distribution on the island. We can share it, but it requires true conversations about equity. What? Obviously, a former, and of course this is in the Post, so you know. A former Obama Foundation leader, part of a program by the former president's nonprofit to help participants with coaching and practical skill building. He said he considered water to be an important tool for social justice. Are you fucking kidding me? Thank you. Look at this guy. What a fucking piazza. Jesus Christ. There you go. And look at this. Look, anyone want to see a fun game? That's where Oprah lives. That's where Bill Gates lives. That's where the mayor of Hawaii lives. This is where Kaleo Manuel lives. Everyone else, fuck them. How does that happen? How does that happen? That makes no sense. Manuel was transferred to another position. Okay, here's the point. I'm taking it down because my point is this. Why read it? Why read it? Because all it does is lead to the fucking narrative that for some reason a guy that was fucking the chief of police when there was a shooting in fucking Las Vegas is now the chief of police in Hawaii when this goes on. And by the way, didn't train at a police academy. He trained at the FBI and then said, you know what? I'll take a shittier job. And I'll be a police chief in places that need fucking the lizards who live underground to have their commands carried out. All right. By the way, I wonder where Stancil is. I wonder where Stancil fucking is. Hold on. Let's call him. I want to call Stancil because I want to see if he's down at the Nah, you know what? Let's see. Sorry I'm all over the dish. I want to talk about my dinner with Keanu last night because, again, it ties into what we're doing. See if dipshit answers. See if he's doing it, people. See if he's doing it. Yeah, StreamYard has been acting weird. Let's see. Let's see if he made it down, if he went at all. Or is he streaming? Should I know if he's streaming? Is it possible? Could it be?
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voicemail.
We're not worried about his number being given out because he gives it out every day. Thank you for your patience. All right, so, oh my God, exhausted. Where was I? Yeah. So as I was saying, oh, thank you. We can take Keanu down. Sorry, Keanu, no problem. You're down. Let's get to the chat. Okay. So again, look, I'm spoiled. I show up every week, and we'll get to the 100% right. Oh, Jesus Christ, where'd I go? I am, thank you, Glenn. I am 100% right about the lizard people I used to call the dinosaur men when I was a child as they were abducting me. Watch this. This look, maybe I'm being a little lazy today. I'm just going to verify my story. Frankie McDonald, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great so far.
Can't hear you, buddy. I cannot hear you. We can't hear you. Nope, can't hear him. Now, I think he's used to us piping in Hitler over his voice. We can't hear you, Frankie. Look at Frankie.
Hey, Geno.
No. Frankie, we can't hear you. We can't hear him. No, Frankie, we can't hear you. We can't hear you, buddy. I'm sorry. Try it again. He's so good. Did you see his face? He's like, I don't think they can fucking hear me. And I guarantee he's blaming me going, wow, Geno sucks at this. And he's probably right. He's probably fucking right. So again, welcome. There you go. So yeah, I agree with that. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to see. Cancel Stevie Lou. Is this worth another $5,000 check? Hey, Geno. Hey, chat. Hey, Martin Goddard. By the way, and I will say this, I was watching the Win by Two podcast, and he was showing clips of people from AC, and I'm not going to make fun of Melton anymore because he's morbidly obese. He's a morbidly obese fucking dude. I fucking feel bad for him. He's, you don't hear him. Stop lying. Wait, you could hear him? Oh, wait. You guys could hear him, couldn't you? You guys could hear him? He thought I was fucking with him. Oh, my God. I guarantee my fucking... Is my fucking thing on mute? Fuck. It was... You could hear him, couldn't you? God, I'm so fucking bad. Now I feel terrible. Watch this. I'm gonna give me a sec. I'm sorry I'm so out of it today. I haven't done this in 2 weeks. Watch this. I'm gonna tell him call back. It was my fault, Frankie. Give me 1 sec. It was me. I'll be damned. Let's see if he calls back. He's a good kid. Anyway, as I was saying about Frankie, before I realized my fucking TV was on mute. Fucking here he is. Hold on. Is that Frankie? Let me see. Frankie.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Frankie, everyone could hear you except me. My thing was on mute. I apologize, buddy. You were fine. I'm an idiot. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great so far. Total story clips heading right for Sydney, Nova Scotia on Monday, April 8th, 2024. He'll be heading to Sydney on Friday, April 5th.
I think I will, Frankie. Should I bring Keanu with me?
Yeah. And Crusty Mayor.
Okay. Should I bring Curvy Mary with me?
Yeah.
Are you eating? Did we call you Frankie? Are you having lunch?
I'm having chicken. It's a crispy chicken.
So wait, are you at the mall? Are you working today? Because you
chicken.
Yes. Did you say you're eating Chrissy's chicken?
Yesterday I was.
What's that?
Crispy chicken.
Oh, crispy chicken. All right, fantastic. All right, Frankie.
It's cracked beef chicken.
Frankie, did you enjoy talking to my buddy? Did you enjoy talking to my buddy Jack last night?
Yes, I was. And some of those females.
All right, Frankie. Look, you're working today, aren't you, buddy? All right. Frankie, look, I'm gonna let you go.
Who is coming to Sydney, Nova Scotia on Monday, April 8th?
He's so much better than me at this. He's so much better than me at this. Peter Feliciano, where the fuck are you, buddy? Where are you? Are you in Austin? Text me your email, fuckhead. You want to Skype in and say hi? Fucking, I miss that fucking guy. He's getting the work done. Frankie McDonald is here. Frankie McDonald was watching me jump rope. By the way, I'll say that. I should just do jump rope streams. I'm fucking better at those. You get to watch me jump rope, and then I think of something to say, and I wander over, and I regurgitate it out of my mouth. I might do one later today. I might do one after this. And again, sorry I'm so choppy today, because I'm not getting into a rhythm with these, because I've been traveling like crazy, because my life is so fucking fun. To quote Anthony Cumia, it's like me and Keanu won like prizes on the Newlywed Game, and we're going everywhere. And I'll tell you where else when we're going to go back to Minnesota. As you see on the bottom, September 23rd, right there, Daddy will be in Mahopac, whatever. I'll be with Chrissy and the boss doing a big benefit. And then we're getting up the morning of the 24th. Me and Keanu leaving on a jet plane, heading back to fucking Steel Toe Country. Fucking going right to fucking US Bank Stadium to watch my fucking Bolts fucking underachieve against a terrible quarterback named Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. How great is that going to fucking be? Sorry I'm so fucking out of sync today. I really am. But that's what I was talking with Keanu about. Yeah, it's the lizards. It's the lizards. It's the goddamn lizards who live underground. I wonder, Feliciano, let's see if he texts me. I'd love to send him. Oh, hold on. All right. I'm going to fucking A. Watch this. Hold on. I'm going to send my buddy a link. Copy message text. Go to StreamYard. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry I'm so fucking out of it. I'm just out of practice. We were talking last night. Me and Keanu were having a lovely dinner. And I was saying, nothing. Jesus Christ. Enter studio. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Fucking hold on, people. Hold on. I'm getting a fucking good dude in here. Hold on. Enter studio.
More.
Oh God.
I know it.
Oh my! What did I just do? Did you see that? Hold on. You want to do that again? Hold on. Oh my God! Let's do that again real fast. This is fun. Hold on. Let's interview. I'm gonna do like a Pat Dixon podcast. I didn't even realize I was doing that. Hold on. Does it go right in? Watch this. Hold on. I know, Mr. White. Hold on. Enter studio. You ready? You ready for this?
Geno, what do you think? They're lizards and they live underground.
I couldn't agree more, buddy. I think they're absolute pieces of shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at that.
All right.
Don't hang up. I'll stop. Hold on. I'm sorry. That was stupid. That was dumb. Sorry that I enjoyed doing it, but it was dumb. All right. Now, where was I? All right. I was doing real fast, sending an email. Talk about that. Geno. Paste. Send. Right. All right. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is fucking weird. No one cares. By the way, shout out to Gun Friday and In Hot Water. Fucking put up great clips. They have expanded their service. 65 people still in here after that. I cannot believe it. Thank you, Walker Sorensen. Shout out to Gun Fridays. Oh, and we'll get to the super chats. Jesus Christ, thank you. What was I going to say? Oh, In Hot Water fucking Gum Friday page, who again doesn't work for us. Jesus fucking Christ. Works his ass off. He doesn't work for us, or should I say he doesn't work for just us. He's not only putting up clips of the lovely Keanu C. Thompson, lately he's been putting up clips when they speak of us, or just one of the people that are fucking lame. He's been putting up Steel Toe clips. And we love Aaron and Steel Toe. And by the way, getting back to that, yeah, Daddy was part of a super spreader event for the third fucking time. What don't you get? What don't you get about once you get COVID, you're good? Once you get it, you're good. Fucking, I get it. I think I get it every December, or I get the flu. To quote the great Peter Feliciano, one time I asked him, I said, we're going to have Peter come in and we're going to talk about this Hawaii thing. One time I asked Feliciano, I'm like, did you ever have COVID? And he gave me the best answer ever. He goes, I don't know. I was embarrassed that I had asked him that. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest, I can honestly say I've never in my life tested positive for COVID. Not once ever. No, I have not. Reply. Hold on. We're doing this. Perfect. We're doing this. But, it doesn't. Once you really don't care, once you're really not insane about it, and you're like, who cares what it is? There you go, Peter. I said it if you want to weigh in on this Hawaii thing. I'd love for you to check in. It would fucking make my life easier because I'm being fucking lazy and lame today. If you're coming in, Pete, before you come in, tweet your fans. Let them know that you're about to fucking kick it old school. Let's see if Pete comes by. But again, it really is take a shit ton of vitamin D. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'll never stop saying it. We all have COVID. We all have the spike protein, okay? We all have the fucking spike protein. Whether you had COVID, whether you got the vax, whether you got the vax after getting COVID because you were stupid enough to believe super immunity is a thing, like super immunity is like Wile E. Coyote considered himself a super genius. They're both retards, okay? But again, we've all had the spike protein. So listen to Dr. McCullough and take your natokines, take your curcumin. I recommend taking with turmeric, and take your bromelain. I cannot recommend enough taking it with quercetin, because they all go to the same fucking place. Do you understand? And I don't care what you say. The one thing that you need to fucking have on you more than immunity is immunity from stupidity. And that's common sense. Use your common sense. Why did all the fucking land in Hawaii burn the fuck down? Except for the fucking elites' land. Like within the years of the fucking elites saying, we want to buy your land. And they're like, no, this is our land. This is our native land. You can't have it. And then they burnt it to the fucking ground, wouldn't give them water, made some fucking liberal fucking faggot excuse, didn't give them the water, and now the people are fucking insulting them. I mean, after Biden gave them $700 because they want them to live in teepees again. Yeah, makes sense. Just people doing their thing. It's not quercetin, Frankie McDonald. I did not curse you. I bury my cock in her. Yeah. And again, I said it on the Jump Rope stream. I'll say it again. Anyone that took the vax or listens to these Fauci guys, they think 500 years of evolution, of God, of nature, of the universe is not as good as fucking 2 to 10 years of man's research, which is bullshit, because it better only be 2, which is terrible. It's either 2 years, which is terrible, or it's 10 years, which is terrifying, because they've fucking been working on a vaccine for something that didn't exist, winky poo. And you deserve what you get. And let me tell you, you know who's better? I'll tell you who's better. God, nature, the universe. Because fucking we're doing so well that there's too many of us. There's too many of us for the elites, and they don't like all the population, so they come up with this, what they've done the past 3 years to eradicate people. And the good news is, for what it's worth, they're taking out the dumb people. They're taking out the fucking sheep, but they're fucking killing old people who did nothing wrong. They're killing fucking fat people like Melton, who just like a fucking good burger every now and then. That's on them. That's on them. You make the most of your opportunity. But if you don't go within, you go without. And when you say, look, I know there's a fucking... I love that I keep leaving the Geno Bisconte's airborne bumps up. No, I'm not going to be there just playing, Dave. I'm sorry. Hey, if you take all these supplements, do you promise I will get those two? I promise. I promise, YouTube user. I promise. They're mostly going away. Thank God I stopped picking at them. I didn't. That's fucking hilarious. Hey, Stan M. Aaron, donate money to Geno. At least it goes for some good. Speaking of people that have donated money, Frankie McDonald, what's up? Mr. White, the shirt's underneath there. I got to mail it out. By the way, come by. Why don't you come by the fucking gig in Mayopac? Mayopac is how you say it. Give it to you there. I recommend taking cyanide. And by the way, shout out to my buddy Ken Mosca. Ken Mosca, it is indeed beach time, Eugene. I'm Eugene. Dude, I can't thank you enough for that. That will go towards, you know what, me and Kiki, Ken, you'll love this. We'll send you a picture tomorrow. And God, it sounds like you're doing well. It really does. I'm sorry we haven't been able to hang out yet. Hopefully, I say yet because I really want to hang out with my buddy Ken Mosca this summer. But me and Kiki have been fucking bouncing around everywhere. And if you, as you can see from the bottom scroll, a week from Friday, excuse me, a week from yesterday. This Friday coming, we will be, I say Hershey, PA, but it's the Laughing Stock Comedy Club. It is my buddy Rich Carucci's room. Look, I'll put it up right here like I'm a goddamn professional. We will be at the Laughing Stock Comedy Club this fucking Friday. It's going to be fantastic. Let's see if this comes up. Look at this. How great is this? That's me and Kiki. That's me and my Kiki. And it is not in Hershey. It's right around the corner. It is in lovely Grantville, PA, at the Holiday Inn Harrisburg. It's a room run by my buddies Rich Carucci and Jeffrey Paul. Fucking, I can't wait. It's me, Keanu Carucci, and whoever Steve Cohen is. Don't know him. I'm sure he's a wonderful person. It's fantastic. Apparently, it's 8:30 at night, 604 Stationville Road in Grantville. I cannot recommend that enough. And while we're at it, let me see something. Dooley's Old Forge, PA Facebook. Let me see if they posted our comedy night there yet, because this place is fucking great. This is it's Dooley's. I should have shown this to Frankie. Locked his brain up. My buddy Chris Coyne runs this place. Me and Keanu go there. There you go, crispy chicken turkey wrap. If you guys are interested, they have raspberry margaritas. No. Anyway, this is where we'll be. Dooley's Pub and Eatery in. Look at this. Like, I don't take Keanu nice places. Like, I don't take Keanu lovely places. Come on. That's glorious. It's anyway, we'll be there on August 26th. I said Scranton, but again, it's just outside of Scranton and Old Forge. So again, getting back to that stuff. And Ken, thank you so fucking much, buddy. You're the best. Let's try and golf once. I golfed one time this summer with rented clubs. I've golfed twice. Neither with my clubs. Not good. I would love to perform at the Chill Zone, but it's closed. Let's get back to the bumps. Geno caught me from sharing crack pipe with the wrong person. If you're doing crack, it's never the right person. State Ranger, my man. Dr. Judy Wood has an interesting book out for years titled Where Did the Towers Go? About directed energy weapons. Her lecture is on YouTube, in case you're interested. Great book. There you go. And thank you for another $5, Mr. White. Stancil is too busy swinging from KB's ball bag this weekend. He can't get back to you. No, he says he's at the gym. Okay, watch this. Hold on. Just doing my stream, and I was going to check in to see if you were in AC and how it was going. Absolutely nothing important. All right. Let me tell you that. Sent. Boom. Kevin Brennan, attorney.com. Oh, that's something. All right. So there you go. Stancil's great every Tuesday. I don't care what you say. But, everyone has their own fucking preferences on people. Let me see if I missed any good chats. Hey, no, we did that one. That one's great. Turmeric will help with your neck infections. Thank you, Sonic Rat. Did you see the report about the lockdown? Yeah, I did. And that's not going to happen. But look, thank God he's here. This guy's fucking great. He knows all this shit. And I'll tell you. Like this, and I'm going to pick his brain when he comes on, not just about what's going on in the world, but about what the fuck I'm doing with my life, because he gets what I'm doing. And I like to think on In Hot Water, we say the smartest stuff in the dumbest way, or the dumbest stuff in the smartest way. But this guy says fucking smart shit in an insightful way. and he's host of the Conservative podcast, which I've done several times. He's in Austin fighting the good fight. Please welcome Peter Feliciano. Yo, my man.
Hey, hello, Uncle Geno. How are you, sir?
Not as good as you. As I say many times, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You look fucking great. How's it going down there?
Thank you. I think I actually have a real beard. This because I'm Puerto Rican, it doesn't grow in. It looks like I have Keanu Reeves' face around here and around here.
You don't have Keanu Reeves' face. You look like one of my favorite fucking football. He's on the Chargers. He's one of my favorite players. Do you get this? Did anyone ever tell you look like a certain football player?
OJ? No, I have not gotten that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Chargers number one receiver, Keenan Allen. Let's take a look. Huh?
You better be attractive.
He's
okay.
Yeah.
All
look
right.
At this.
Bald beard, big nose,
neck tattoo. Turn to your left.
I don't have a neck tattoo.
But that's who you kind of look like there. No, handsome man.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I have not. Anyway. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me on the stream. It's good to see you, man.
It's great to see you. What have you been up to down there, man?
Oh, just life. I've been eating a lot of barbecue and shooting guns and performing music and doing what I do. The podcast is going not well. My Instagram is blown up in incredible ways. I'm getting lots of love, even though I'm shadow banned and censored on there. But YouTube, they really fucking don't like me. They really don't like me. So even though the subscribers go up, the views are going down. So I'm thinking maybe I'll take a break for a couple months. And I mean, a lot of people do like seasons of episodes or seasons of podcasts. I've never done that. I've just gone every week almost for 5 years.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because our buddy Steel Toe, there's a podcast, Steel Toe podcast, I don't know. But they said once they fucking don't like you, once you get a strike on you, and I'm sure you've had strikes on yours, they're like, and I'm dumb, but it's something like they fuck with the algorithm. They fuck with the algorithm. They make sure it's hard for you to fucking, it's on my foot. Oh, there's a fly on me. No wonder. Fucking, by the way, when you're really white trash, what you do is you let flies in the house so your cat has someone to chase. So you're going to see the cat chase her. And they fuck with the algorithm so you don't get as many views. And it's like, I was hanging out with my girl last night, the lovely Keanu. You know her from Keanu Cast. You know her from the fucking fucking content houses. And I'm like talking about In Hot Water. I'm like I love In Hot Water. I love what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like when I go here to stream, it's fun. It's something to do. But like we make fun of this thing called the Brennan MLC verse. And it's like, that's all they want. They want fucking the Real Housewives on YouTube. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. The people blowing up already have that following. But I said, I don't know what I'm doing other than, and she goes, well, you know what you need to do? And I'm asking you, she's like, you just got to stop talking about like these people. And I said, I don't talk about them every day, but I literally don't know what I'm going to talk about until the second I show up to the studio. And that's what makes the show the show. So even, and I say this like, well, you got to stop bitching about Pat Dixon breaking your jaw. I'm like, if you look at any clip when he comes up, I'm not bitching. I'm not complaining. I'm laughing about how I wound up here. I always say it's not like and everyone's like, oh, you're suing him. I'm not suing him. I just filled out a police report and walked away. And it's like, but when I talk about it, it's kind of comical. And they're like, well, and it's almost like I need to break the fucking synapses and just start talking about things that are bigger. But I said bigger and I don't. You ever think that? You ever think like, maybe I just have to fucking talk about other things that people will fucking want me to talk about?
Yeah, here's the thing. I remember, I'm not Ben Shapiro. You know what I mean? Like I'm not.
No, you're Keenan Allen. We've been over this.
This is true. Less hats, bigger dick.
Right.
That's what it is. It's the switch off. But I don't tell my fans what they want me to say and what they want to hear. I like being me. I don't want to be put in a box, even the boxes that I construct. I want to be my own human being. And what that means is you're playing the slow game, but you're also playing the more invested game, meaning Trent Reznor is an artist that I'm sold on, regardless of whatever he puts out. Even if it's dog shit, I will listen because I'm sold on him, right? The people who get sold on me, they're a small fan base, but they're a fucking loyal fan base.
Yeah,
they come to my defense. They love what I put out. They would, like, no one's invested, no fan. There is no fan of Ben Shapiro. There is no fan of Neil is better. There is no fan of Charlie Kirk. They're just, okay, you tell me what I want to hear. And as soon as you stop telling me what I want to hear, I'm going to move on. Right. So I'd rather have the slow game, but it is less lucrative. It is less punchy, you know?
Yeah. But otherwise it's what I always say. You're working for other people. Like if I wanted to make money, you know, like doing something I hate, I could get a job. You know what I mean? Like I'm the same way. Like we have like a very core fan base, you know, of In Hot Water, and they fucking, you know, they come out, they support, they buy merch, they tell other people, but there's no other way that I can envision doing it, you know, other than them telling people and bringing them in, because you see there's so many people that are just in New York, especially. Who am I kidding? You're in Austin now. Austin's like probably as crazy with comedy, and they try and please whatever fucking person they're standing in front of. And I've said this before. There's so many people that I deal with like that. But I know the second they're not in front of me, they're pleasing whoever the fuck they're in front of now. Right. And that half the time that includes shitting on me or people like you and me, because there's no middle ground with us, you know? And there's never been a time where I sat there and said, oh my God, what can I do to make fucking the fans of Kevin Brennan like me? What can I do to make fucking fans of Joe Biden like me? There's never a moment like that. You know what I mean?
But when you're 100% yourself, do you know this comedian in Austin named Leonardo Joni?
No, I do not. Hang on, Rich. Yeah, go on.
Really funny comic. She got in trouble maybe 2 weeks ago because she went on a rant about Ukraine. And it wasn't one of those rants on stage where like everybody like chuckles afterwards or like, we'll give you a nice little come down, as Bill Hicks used to say, we're going to float down to Dick Joke Island on a, you know, whatever. She just went bop, 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 and then moved on. And that clip went viral. And then a bunch of Ukrainian fans like threatened to come to her shows. Like, you know, this is somebody who's like really in it. You know what I mean? I love commitment. And it's not commitment to the bit necessarily. It's commitment to themselves and their own voice. And I feel like that's what people like you and I do.
Yeah. Well, you saw the comedian here, the chick who made, and Chrissy was hanging out with her, shout out on the show, some chick who made a joke about Malaysian Airlines and fucking, you know, she was getting hate from Malaysia. Did you see that? And it's simple. And it was a brilliant joke. She specifically told a joke that bombed, right? And speaking of people that tell jokes that bomb, I got Rich Carucci in the back room. She specifically told a joke that bombed about fucking American Airlines. Excuse me, about Malaysian Airlines. And she goes, it's okay, you didn't like that. Some jokes don't land. And that's a brilliant joke. It's a brilliant joke. And people go out of their way to get offended. By the way, you got to see what I'm seeing right here, people. Watch this, Peter. Rich Carucci, welcome aboard. What are you doing?
I'm just sitting in my office, just chilling, brother, which is my bedroom.
When I say that, I didn't have Peter Feliciano on yet. I just wanted to bug you for a minute to plug the Laughing Stock Comedy Club, where me and Keanu will be in the next a week from yesterday. Very excited about it. How's it looking, buddy?
Looking good, man. We're getting nice audiences now. We started the middle of June and built it up. So we're looking forward to having you guys. It's going to be a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, and that's. By the way, do you know Peter Feliciano?
I do not. How you doing, Peter?
Good to meet you, Rich. I'm doing well.
Yeah, he's kind of a comedian, but he's a YouTuber. He has a podcast called Conservative, which is just fucking great. It's like In Hot Water if it was a good podcast, and his is very good. By the way, there you go. I'm trying to there you go. So that's where we'll be, right, buddy?
Absolutely, and I'm excited listening to you guys. So you guys get back to doing your thing. The government stinks. I'm banned from Twitter because of stupid shit. I put a joke last year when football season started.
When will excuse me, I'm going to interrupt you. When will Dave Chappelle be at the Laughing Stock Comedy Club at the Holiday Inn in Grantville? Because I want to go to that show.
As soon as I have my gun, knife, and I can.
Why is this? And by the way, is this Brittany Brave? I think that's Brittany Brave.
All right.
All right, go on, but like that's I'm like Dave Chappelle. Okay, anyway, go on, buddy.
We're not getting the Chappelle audiences yet, but no, just saying people are too sensitive. People are getting canceled. Fuck everything. Do what you're gonna do. Be yourself. And where the chips fall, let them lay, man.
No, chips fall where they. Yeah. So wait, what did you tweet that got banned?
I just tweeted last year. Football was starting. I said, if your team's called the Jets and your opening day is September 11th, you're just asking to crash and burn. I put a
and they took that down.
I've been blocked on Twitter. I'm banned from Twitter. All the Jets official sites. Oh yeah, everything.
But you're back on Twitter with a different account, right?
I tried that and got banned again. So
I got banned repeatedly, and then I just gave up. And then, like, I was coming back from the airport one time. I'll never forget. I just tried to log on, and it let me. So maybe you should try again. That's all I'm saying, buddy.
All right, man. Well, you guys enjoy. I'm going to listen to you guys as I pack up for my gig. But thanks for having me, and nice meeting you, Peter.
Good to meet you, Rich.
Rich Carucci, everyone. So there you go. So as you were saying, buddy, yeah, they're fucking banning people, and it's like I say this all the time: the people that try and ban comedians, the people that pull that shit about the Ukraine or fucking Malaysia or fucking the Holocaust and everything, it's like these are people that fucking can't laugh at themselves. That's honestly how I look at it. Like, we don't want to hang out with people who can't laugh at dumb shit they've done, okay? And the Holocaust, yeah, it's pretty bad, but we're all a little wiser for it.
You're really taking a stand, Geno. I don't know, man. This is groundbreaking.
Slavery, ineffective business model in the long run. Again.
Don't tell the lizards that.
Yeah, exactly. Again, not a good thing. Fucking 9/11, yeah, could have been an inside job, but at any rate, you have to laugh at it. And there's like we always make fun of the shit we did, but all the people that we know in real life, they're like, I don't want to talk about that. Why? It was stupid. Fucking laugh at yourself. And that's the same people like, you stop it. We need to laugh at this shit because it's the only way to get through it.
Right. So here's my thought. You were talking about the fires. Think about the fires from the lizards' perspective, everybody. And when I say lizards, I don't necessarily mean they have.
I do, Pete.
But
Go on.
I'm talking BlackRock, aka Larry Fink, because by the way, everybody, your oppressors have names. Just letting you know, your oppressors have faces and names. I won't say they have addresses because that might be construed as blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying it's easier to think of them in this BlackRock WEF way as if they're untouchable. They're an institution. No. They're individual human beings. They have big, brolic motherfuckers who look like you and I around them, protecting them from us.
Right.
But anyway, they're actually, as Michael Malice puts it, they're quite unimpressive human beings. But
they're unremarkable, as my girl Keanu says. I love that.
Unremarkable. And Larry Fink from BlackRock, Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, George Soros, all these motherfuckers, Joe Biden, the cabal, whatever it is, the lizards. Think about this fires from their perspective. The ROI is insane. Think about that. The fucking ROI. All they had to buy was a couple of gallons of gas and a couple of plane tickets. And in exchange, they get us afraid, small, and they get control over us, right? Way less money than what they had to pay to the wimpy whites in the summer of 2020 to start the fucking BLM riots, right? That was obviously the brick pallets, right? That's expensive.
Just left them lying around.
Right. And with this, all they got to do is like give somebody a BIC and they're done, right? This is incredible ROI, right?
Yeah. It's all becoming, I want to believe, I should say, Pete, that, and I said this before he came on, it's all common sense. And when you say to yourself, it's like, what makes more sense that suddenly fucking there were these fires in Hawaii on the land that the fucking elites wanted to buy, and they said, no, you can't have it. They passed laws to prevent it. And those are the ones that burnt down. None of the elites' houses. And now they get $700, so they can't do shit, and they're going to have to sell the land. I mean, that just makes more sense than fucking, for the first time ever, an island surrounded by water during hurricane season. Fucking, and am I wrong? They still haven't pointed out what started the fire other than the lasers. Right. And they did it during hurricane season. Like,
did you see this yesterday? They're going to send the ATF. The ATF is going to Hawaii to investigate the origin of the wildfire. Why the fuck is the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Bureau, already cocksuckers, by the way, why are they going to investigate a fucking fire? That has never happened before, as far as I can tell, right? But it's just fun to control us. That's all. And so they can just do whatever they want. There's so many different spinning plates. It's like the cup game. Which one is the ball under? Da, 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 you know, as long as they can play that game.
It's the same thing. And have you heard with COVID, they're allegedly saying they might fucking try and bring back the lockdowns? That's just more bullshit, right? They can't possibly do that.
No. They won't do that. I think it's cup game stuff. I think they'd like to switch that around. And I'm not so much of a conspiracy theorist that I go full on, you know, they shot lasers. I'm not saying 100%, but right. I am saying, because I always lean on the easiest exclamation. The easiest explanation is greed, right? Power, and taking advantage of already existing tragedies, right? We all know that's a thing. But I also look at what they did in 2020 with the elections. I also look at what they did in 2020 with the COVID lockdowns. I also look at what they did when it came to the brick pallets and whatever, and it makes me pause. But it doesn't make me pause to the point where I don't think we're going to be all right. Now, do you go on? So here's what I mean by that. I'm black-pilled, but I'm so black-pilled, I'm white-pilled. I feel like, yes, they're going to steal the election, but
I can't imagine they won't. There's no reason to
grand scheme, I think that's a good thing in a way, because it gets us more dejected. It gets us more disappointed. It gets us more pissed off, and that's going to make us take more action.
It gets us one step closer to revolution is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's part of the process.
I think you're right, because there's no reason. I say this whenever there's like, I'm talking to someone, I'm like, I'm begging them. You know, it's always like, I always say this, and I want to be wrong. I'm begging you to give me faith in the electoral process. And I don't mean to brag. I'm now registered. I registered to vote finally yesterday in New York. It only took 22 years to get to switch my Delaware to New York license. And when it asked for my party, I didn't put a party affiliation. I just feel like they'll fuck with you on that, right? I'm like, I'm not putting them a Democrat. I'm certainly not putting them a Republican. No fucking way. I just want to believe that someday this will flip from a blue state, but it never will. And every time I hear what's his name? Jordan Peterson, like that's the guy I listen to the most now. And he says it perfectly. He's another guy that's like, the schools did it. The fucking colleges fucking did it. And they taught people like, if anything hurts your feelings, we'll make sure, that can't. You need to have your fucking feelings hurt. You need to have your fucking feelings hurt. You know what I mean? Like when people troll me on, oh my God, I just thought it. When people troll me on Twitter, and I banned a guy, Keanu has a fucking podcast she just started, and I have one of the wrenches, right? And
what do you mean one of the wrenches?
If you're in the chat with a wrench, you can fucking, control the whatever. And there's a guy, some guy, forget his name, Barry something, not Barry McCockiner. Hold on. Hi, Barry McCockiner. Some guy, look, nobody likes onions. I banned, watch this. I'm sorry. I'm going to answer this. First of all, I don't think either of you are really there. If you're there, do you want a link? Skype in. I don't look at this. If that was real, I banned him. Hold on, I'll get right back to you, Keenan Allen, because I thought it was a fake him. If he was really saying that shit, I would have put it up because I would have loved to, but I don't know who is who, and I don't even know if you're him. This is why you have wrenches, and I'm not mad. I'm bummed if that was really him, but this is why, I'll say it again. Thank God we do this in a studio. Thank God you deal with grown-ups, Keenan Allen. Thank God. Like, look. Yeah, because I'm a little baby boy. This is what goes on. We're trying to talk about stuff in the real world, and this guy is calling me a little baby, and it's cracking me up. And it's like, and I'm telling, and I have you on who talks to political people and has all this stuff, and I'm talking to an onion avatar.
Which is why it's another example of the fact that we should not be taking any of this seriously.
Yeah,
like we should just be laughing.
Yeah, and by the way, here's another one. Thank you. He is a great receiver, Dr. Chow. He's like, he can't take Kevin's. He's writing in a chat. No one is looking at it. And look, Geno's a little baby. And this guy, by the way, I don't even want to make fun of him because I saw a picture of him in the last chat. This guy's a fat animal. He's really fat. By the way, watch this. I'll prove it. Melton, how fat are you? Tell me how much you weigh. He's got to weigh 300, and now I feel bad. And now he's yelling, no, Jake. And by the way, again, I haven't talked to you in 5 minutes. This is how fucking YouTube works now. Mm-hmm. It's so funny to me. And this guy's yelling at the app, shut up, bird. Because my buddy Bob Levy, whenever he fucking gets a mean comment from someone, like, see, you know how the avatar works? Like, he'll literally look at the avatar, and like, if this was a guy, be like, shut up, dog. Whatever the avatar is, he'll yell at it, and there's a bird. By the way, watch this. Yes, I'm afraid of KB. So at any rate, like, this is, shouldn't you be, and by the way, I don't even think this is the fat guy, because he's in Atlantic City, and there's no way if he's in Atlantic City, he's not gambling and or eating. So why would he? I'm flattered. I don't get.
Here's what it is, Geno. Here's what it is.
Okay.
I want to be a part of. That's what it is. All the way underneath, get into the psychology of the people who put up a fake fucking avatar, who comment anonymously. They want to be a part of your clique. They want to be a part of the live stream, but they don't have the talent, the mind, or the bravery to put their fucking ideas out there, to speak, to put their fucking name on it, to hang their fucking balls and say, this is what I feel and think, and I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to be shadow banned like Geno and Peter. I'm going to put in the work. 5 fucking years of conservatism, right? So they want to be a part of, right? This is, as Patrice used to say, this is the cool kids on the bus, and then you have the B team. They're the B team who are like a part of. They're the audience. You're the audience, kids. Sorry, but you're the audience. I love you. By the way,
nobody likes onions. By the way, this is what I just did. I just sent you a link. Nobody likes onions. But here's the thing. This probably isn't him. So now the real nobody likes onions, who's fucking in the middle of fucking a giant sandwich, hold the onions, is literally saying, what the fuck does Geno want? So again, here we are, if you want to Skype in, but this guy, and it gets back to what I was saying, except last week at Stoney's, it was sold out. They could be anyone. So again, I don't think that's him. But in fact, you know who it probably is? It's probably, you ready for this? I just figured it out. Now we get to the center of the corn maze. It's probably the guy I banned that was the fake Kevin Brennan. And he's like, oh, he banned me, so he made a fake nobody likes onions. And again, I'm talking to him. You win. You ever see the Bugs Bunny, Pete, where he tries to get his money back? It's a long story, but bottom line is like this fucking, it's an old Western. The guy takes all his gold, he builds a casino, and Bugs Bunny goes and wins it back. And he keeps fucking with him. And at one point, he just gets so mad at Bugs Bunny, he goes, cut it out, can't you? And that's what I feel like yelling at. But watch this. Geno, Kevin just told me to tell you these things. Now, again, I hope this is really going on. Because right now, I envision giant fat Patrick Melton, fucking red-faced, soon-to-be-dead Kevin Brennan, and they're on their phone looking at me going like, hey, he goes, tell him he stinks. Brennan literally goes, tell him he stinks. You stink. Send.
Right.
So again, and that's why I stream. Like I do it. Geno, read Frankie's last tweet. Hold on, what's Frankie's last tweet? Aren't you glad I texted you? Hey, why don't you come by my stream so I can interrupt your important shit to read fucking chats from fake avatars?
I love hearing about drama that I'm so far detached from. I don't even know the names of the people involved.
Yeah. Okay, and this is, and by the way, so I did not bomb. I got bombed at Stoney's. Like, this is, so Dr. Chow, is that him? Anyway, but as I was saying before I started talking to a troll, by the way, and again, you're like, they hate when you have receipts. Like we had receipts of everything was sold out room. But like I was talking, this is what they do. It's what you said. They don't fucking have a life. They hide behind fake avatars and all this stuff. But one guy, I was saying this earlier, I banned him in Keanu's chat. And I don't like to ban anyone in our chat because fucking, you know, it's her thing and she's just starting and she's great and I love watching. But this one guy, I forget his name, Barry Stevens or something, right? He literally goes, "No, I'm a great troll." You're a great, what? Yeah, it's like that's the most embarrassing thing anyone could actually type. Hey, I'm a great troll. Why don't you get a real job? Or just
these people are the type of people who would get vaccinated. This is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
People who, and I'm not saying people who mind their own business or stay off of social media or whatever, but they remain anonymous, but they want to be a part of the culture fight. They want to, and so they get in there and get me. Maybe my dad will like me now. Maybe I'll get back at that uncle who touched my butthole, you know, late at night. I'll take out power somewhere where, because the rest of their life they feel fucking powerless. Right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Give me
and
relevance. And if the fucking carrot was dangled in front of you dum-dums faces again, you would get fucking vaccinated.
Yeah. And they feel safe. Like the elites, the lizards are winning the more that they stream like this. Like I'm so happy that I fucking, you know, it's just dumb luck. It's like you live your best life. And once I heard about the hydroxychloroquine, that's when I started doing my own research. You know what I mean? And have you seen the fucking, I love how people like just let it go. They're like, Geno's obsessing over it. And I'm like, I'm not obsessing over it. I'm fucking reminding you because you think it's over. And that's their latest thing. It's over. It's not over. They want you to think it's over so you can go back to being lazy and they can fucking control you with the next fucking thing. And they said hydroxychloroquine kills. My favorite is vitamin D fixes everything. It fixes fucking everything. Vitamin D in high doses has cured asthma, has cured cancer. It has. And I'm not saying it's the cure for cancer, but I'm saying vitamin D, and they just say to the dumb people, they're like, actually, too much vitamin D can kill you. Because there was like, they said in a study, and it was literally with a guy as fat as Melton, if that's possible. They said he took too much and he had stomach ulcer bleeding, which could have been linked to the vitamin D. And all they write is vitamin D causes bleeding of the stomach and can kill you. And people don't do the study. Same thing like hydroxychloroquine kills people. When I heard that, I'm like, that's a lie. When the study finally came out, what they did was much like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. The people that were 80 years old with 19 comorbidities and were lying on a fucking ventilator, they took a funnel, they dumped 80 fucking hydroxychloroquine in their throats, and when they died, they're like, yep, hydroxychloroquine killed them. And people believed it. Because God forbid if you have OTC, hydroxy, or ivermectin, which, by the way, is legal now. But again, it's over. And you look at videos now that are surfacing where you just replace the word unvaccinated with Juden, and it's a 1941 Germany film. It really is. And the latest one that made me think of that is the video that's going around now, which is like, don't do your own research. Do your own research. Like, you ever see, is he down there? No, he's in LA, right? Jimmy Dore. Do you know him?
Yes, I've heard the name.
He does a podcast. He's great. I need more lighter fluid. Jimmy Dore does look at that. Jimmy Dore, I'm like Columbo now. Jimmy Dore fucking did a bit about that. It's like he does a whole bit about like, do your own research. What are you, stupid? And they didn't want anyone. And even that fat fuck, who's the fat guy that got fired first from CNN? It's like, you have these what's that? Tapper?
Brian, yeah, something, yeah. James Tapper? No. Brian, I feel like it's a Brian. Who's the fat guy, everybody? Not Melton.
My fucking Peter. Yeah, and they like, don't do your own research. And have you heard about this shit? Shout out Smartass. He actually came to the show. This guy drove up from Florida, came to our fucking show, and he watched fucking all of us kill. Have you heard of this stuff?
Brian Stelter, everybody's saying. Brian Stelter, thank you.
Thank you so much. By the way, this guy, every time I stream, he's added another word to it. I swear to God, yesterday it was only Geno Bisconte's herpy bumps. Now they're airborne. See, this guy's a good troll because he's got a funny name and he's trying to help. He's not even a troll. He's just my herpy bumps. Yeah. Nice. And getting back to this, have you heard of the dihydrogen monoxide or something?
No.
It's another thing they take that'll fix fucking anything. No, it wasn't E-Rock cancel Stevie Lou. Oh my God. Yeah, and Keanu, you know, she's so sweet. The crowd is just trying her to get, they're begging her to scream the N-word. It was fucking hysterical. She wouldn't do it to quit her. She wouldn't do it. Or where was I? Okay, you're gone. So yeah, it's I forget what we were saying, but we were talking about like
the not doing your own research and things like that. Yeah, but it none of it surprises me at this point. The thing that we all need to do, because you're talking about whether we're moving on. You can't move on until things are addressed. They're not addressing it. Not just the lizards. We would expect that, but I'm talking about regular, average dum-dums on Twitter who just say you're sorry. Just say, oops, I fucked up. And then we could all kind of heal and move on together. They don't want to do that. They're incapable of doing that because they're immature cocksuckers, right? And by the fucking way, I've done this math before. I'm going to do it for everybody real quick on your show.
Please.
White people are 61-ish% of the country, right?
Let's hope.
Nothing. Let's be generous and say that half of that, but it's less, but half of that is a liberal. So that's about 30% of the country is a white liberal. Got to be way fucking less than that. But let's just say that to be generous. White liberals are therefore white women, especially white liberal women, especially, let's say half of that. So about 15-20% of the country is a white liberal woman. And yet they're 99.6% of the fucking problem, right? So I'm trying to diagnose this specifically because if we don't diagnose the problem accurately, we cannot fucking solve it. It's always white liberal bitches. It's fucking always. It's sometimes the effeminate men who are trying to please like me, fuck me. But most of the time it's insufferable white broads, right? Yeah. And so why I bring that up is because they're the ones who are always bringing up like, oh, I have white privilege and black people need to be, listened to more, except for Kanye, except for Ice Cube, except for, Larry.
Except for the ones that are fucking not playing right.
Right. Except for Peter Feliciano, who's fucking part nigger.
Am I allowed to say that right there?
Yeah, exactly. The reality is they don't actually give a fuck, but why I'm bringing that up is because that type of person is incapable of addressing and stopping their behavior. They're incapable of going, you know what, guys, I fucked up. I'm sorry. You know what? I said you were a grandma killer. Turns out I was duped. The first step towards getting out of the dupe is to address the fact and accept the fact that you were duped.
It's so funny you bring that up because I've always said that. Like, I like trolls because you have to be your biggest fan, your worst critic. And whenever people say shit, like, I listen. It's like, no, that's not fucking true. Like this guy Red Bar, who I fucking have no problem with anymore. Like, Red Bar was the one that started all this trolling as far as I know. And when it first started, like when I first started doing in hot water, I'm like, why is this guy being mean to me? No, you're a jerk. Like, I totally went for it. But now it's like, and don't get me wrong, the guy looks unhealthy because that's another thing. He really does. And that's what's going to happen to Brennan. And by the way, let me say this real fast. You are not him. You know how I know, by the way, it's a $10 stick. AJ Fernandez does a nice one. I sent you a link. You have 5 minutes to fucking respond to the link, or I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to send another message to Melton and say, I apologize. Some guy was pretending to be Kevin Brennan and then you in the chat, so I banned you. And then I'm going to ban you from the chat as well, okay? It's that, like, I'd love to talk to Melton. And I'll say it again. You think I don't want to visualize, there's another fucking thing. You think I don't want to visualize fucking Melton and Brenny, fucking Brennan who's fucking as red as, this is Kevin Brennan. He looks like this speaker. He's this thin and fucking that red. And Patrick Melton, who looks like fucking Grimace if he fucking had the purple removed. I would love to imagine them in Atlantic City, surrounded by free booze, blinking lights, and again, they're going like this. Make fun of his cigar. Hey, make fun of his cigar. Okay. That's not happening. I want that to be happening. Please. So again, you have 4 minutes now to respond or I'm banning you. So again, get your good ones in. So as you were saying, sir, I'm sorry.
No. What was I saying? No, I think I was done.
I'll tell you what I was saying. I'll tell you what I was saying. You were saying how they need to apologize and they'll never apologize and they're the problem. Okay. I talked about it. Watch this. Again, now let me ask you something and then I'll get
Nobody likes onions. Let's Nobody likes onions was abused as a kid. Okay, just to be honest, let's be real. He was abused as a kid. I don't know if it was.
This isn't him.
I don't know if it was.
This isn't him.
Whoever that guy is, because it's always a guy, usually a white guy. It's the old tropes. He's living in his mom's basement, doesn't have a life, blah 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 blah. Chubby or fey.
Chubby. I called him chubby yesterday to be nice to him. It's not you. If it's you, tell you what, Melton, just fucking answer the stream on your phone. I won't even bring you in. You have 3 minutes. It's fake Melton, or you would fucking send me a stream. And again, don't get me wrong. And I don't think this is Taz. None of you are people. I hope to God. I hope to God. What? It's like Elaine. You know, I feel like on Seinfeld, Elaine at the end when everyone's cutting their candy bars with fucking with forks and knives. She's like, "What? What are you doing? Half my chat are fake people."
Yeah. Okay.
So as I was saying, if it's you, Melton, you have 2 fucking minutes before I ban you from the chat. Not in a mean way. I want the real Melton. You need to verify. But the people that don't apologize, and I talked about this on In Hot Water, and oh my God. And who was on? Oh, my friend Kristen Carney. You know Kristen Carney, right?
Yeah, better.
She's great. And she got it immediately. And she's not dumb, right? And an article came out and it said it basically said, that fucking unvaccinated really didn't work out. They made it political immediately. Like, unvaccinated really didn't work out for the Republicans. They basically said in a study, fucking more Republicans died, blah, 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 than Democrats, blah, 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 blah. And they're known for their vaccine hesitancy. Now, let me explain what it didn't say anywhere in that study, okay? It didn't say they were vaccinated. It didn't say the Republicans were unvaccinated and died. It just said more Republicans died in certain areas than Democrats. And then, by the way, the last thing in the article was like, although overall more Democrats died because they live in cities where it's closer. Can I point something out that I know you know politics, but let me help you with something here, okay?
Do it.
The average age of Republicans is 107 years old. So, of course, they all fucking died because that was the point of the operation, to fucking kill the old people, to kill the fucking useless people. I don't know how fucking Melton, whether they said, they're talking amongst themselves now. I don't even get this bit. By the way, I got bad news. You're a midget, dude.
Oh, I'm a midget?
How are you a midget?
How does he know? How does he know that that's my Achilles heel? I'm really sensitive about my 6'1" height. I'm fucking terrified of that shit.
You're telling me right now that I don't hope Kevin Brennan is sitting there like, call him a midget. Okay. Please tell me that's going on.
At least go for bald, dum-dum. Fucking, that's what it is. His dad snuck in the middle of the night, did some things that we shouldn't talk about, and so nobody, or whoever is making believe nobody likes onions, feels like he needs to take power out somewhere because his dad put his middle finger, maybe not all the way up like there, but like he got up to at least the first knuckle into his butthole.
Please go on.
Likes you know what I mean? And you just sniffed it probably, and then continued on, drinking.
Hold on. So you are not in.
This is why I'm not famous, by the way. This is why I'm not, because Steven Crowder would never make a joke about a man being molested.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, how easy is this? Jerry Shepherdini. Oh, I'm gonna send him a link. So how easy is this? I just wrote. So are you in my? Actually, I typed terribly. I wrote. So you are Noi in my chat right now. So if he's in my chat right now, just respond yes or no. Just respond yes or no, and I won't ban you. And don't get me wrong, The only reason I'm banning you is because you're not him, and I'd like the real nobody like onions to come in here sometime. And if you later say that you were him, sorry, I can't get over that you're a midget, Peter. I'll put you back in, but it's boring. But again, I think I'm banning you because it breaks my heart that you're not him. Again, I want Kevin Brennan to have been sitting here and going like, you stink, you're fat, you're dumb. The median age of a regular Fox News viewer is 70. All right, so I'm telling you right now, nobody likes onions. The next one you text to me, if there's no response from you in Twitter, I'm fucking banning you. I gotta be tough. Shut up, midget. Shut up.
It's time for Mean Uncle. The Mean Uncle Geno comes out.
Angry Elf, my buddy called me the other night. Aaron says there's so many fuckers on YouTube. You should make it a thing to ban at least one an episode. I don't know who Rex is. That's a real person. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, the average Fox is 70, and I'd love to pick your brain on what Tucker's doing now. I'll get to that in a sec. But this ties back into what I'm saying about when people don't want to admit they're wrong. So people will read that article, the dumb people, and there's so many dumb people out there. So many dumb people out there. By the way, if I showed you the people, and this is a shame. I hope this isn't her either. Okay, I'm going to ask you right now. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Well, you do this one first. This guy. Is this a woman or a man you're looking at?
Man. I'll tell you
No.
why. No.
Okay, tell me why.
I'll tell you
why
the
it's a man.
glasses. The
Tell me
glasses.
why it's a man.
The glasses are what do it. The
No.
glasses are what do it. Here's why. That type of woman.
Wait,
smells
do
like
air quotes,
patchouli.
woman. Go on.
If it was a woman, smells like patchouli, wears like big, flowy, billowy dresses with like a wolf on it, you know what I mean? Or like a that 70s wizard type of shit. Like that's the vibe I get from that face, from that jawline. But then if you put those glasses would be purple translucent if it was a woman.
Not only is that a woman, that's the girl Pat Dixon is fucking right now to try and fucking have a place to live after he goes broke. And this is the beauty. This, you would be honest with me, Pete. We're friends, and me and the girl are coming out to Texas soon, and we're gonna fucking party. I fucking miss you, buddy. Yes, I miss this shit. But do you understand? Like, tell me if this sounds like I'm complaining, okay? So Pat Dixon fucking breaks my jaw, and I fucking just sit there and I make the most of it. I get better. I heal. I'm fucking, and finally, after fucking 2 months, I give him 2 months to apologize. He doesn't. I just drop everything off at the police station. I'm like, here's my police report. I'm done. Because if I ever want to fucking file a civil suit to get my money back, if I ever fucking, need to fucking, verify this or anything, I have it, right? And then I leave, okay? Pat Dixon fucking literally fucking goes on these podcasts with these idiots, and they fucking love hating me, so they keep encouraging him. So rather than, this guy has no fucking money. Rather than, he was 10 months behind on his rent. Rather than just going into court, and when they present the video evidence of, it's on a video, and a guy that doesn't drink walked into a bar to fucking punch me. Video evidence, eyewitnesses, everything. Tweets of him literally saying, I broke Geno's jaw and the faggot did nothing. Rather than fucking say, yeah, I was on Adderall, or just say I was a mess and plead guilty, he's fighting it. He has no money and he's fighting this in court. And and by the way, does this sound like I'm complaining or gloating? Because like this dude, his girlfriend Taz, man, oof. 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 And again, and a part of me feels bad because if she's really not in here, let's take a look. Watch this. Yeah, exactly. Again, and please, I have receipts of facts that she fucked this guy. And don't you love how, like, again, they sit there like, no one cares about you, dude. No one cares about you, dude. And I want you to keep fucking backing Pat's play because this is how I fucking hit back. He's never going to have money to do anything again with his life because he spends it on a lawsuit, an unwinnable lawsuit, and fucking Adderall. And
right. Let me circle back. Let me tie it in.
Please.
he just addressed it and took accountability and said he was sorry, his life would improve. Similar to what we're talking about the vaccinated people. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Ta-da! Thank you for helping us.
Micro is macro. Micro is macro.
Yeah, it all really does. It really all. Look at this. I owe you an apology, dude. Carl Brancaccio says, LOL, Cal thinks he can philosophize, but he can't even keep the little ones off camp. I don't know what that means. I really wanted to. But yeah, it really is. And when people don't want to apologize, then the stupid people, the people that live for fucking, it's the phrase that fucking never gets old to me. Govern me harder. Govern me harder. You know what I mean?
Right.
These are the ones that can't wait to fucking listen. Like, oh my God, fucking, yup, take that, Republicans. Fucking, you died from, they were old. They died, and they can't admit they're wrong.
And let's again, even by CDC numbers, black people were the least vaccinated.
Blacks are people. I never get tired of saying that. Blacks.
So
what I said, blacks are people. What? Go on. I'm sorry, buddy.
Black people were the least vaccinated demographic. Okay. In February of 2022, as the mandates were ending in New York City, black people, according to CDC numbers, so who knows, but according to CDC numbers, only 40.5% of black people were fully vaccinated in February of 2022. Where did Geno go? Oh, there.
I thought that was I was trying to look cool, and that was
You're
me doing some
producer.
of my.
Incredible. You don't need to pay anybody. Fuck Compound Media. You do it yourself, Gene.
Yeah, you've got to Skype into hot water soon. But it's so funny you say that, because you've seen it, and I just make fun of me. Like normally when you're interviewing someone, you'll ask them a question and they'll say that's a really good question. But I notice on In Hot Water, I'll be sitting there and Garrett or Steve in the booth or Drew will ask the guest, the host, and I'll be the one well, that's a really good question. it's like I should really be asking these questions, but I'm not. I'm really good at being bad at my job, or maybe I'm really bad at being good at my job.
You're the talent.
I'm the talent. By the way, real fast, and then I'll get back to our point. I want to shout out these super chats before I forget. We did the cyanide one real fast. Mr. White, Stancil is too busy. This is another guy. Now, Stancil is great. Stancil does my Tuesday show. He's a fucking great sidekick on Tuesdays. So he's down in AC, and I was asking him. That's why that is. Ziggy Kruger, fuck KB. That's fuck Kevin Brennan. I don't know. Can an asteroid hit AC? We would sure hope so. This guy, I'm sending it out fucking Monday, I promise. There's a shirt that if you ever watch, sometimes Frank, you'll be on In Hot Water, Pete, and they'll put a graphic on him. It's a rainbow, and it says, die of AIDS queer, right? And he'll act like, no. And a fan came down from Boston one time. We have the best, and this, and watch this. It's all cyclical. This is what you get when you're a person who leaves their fucking house. A fan came down from Boston to drink with me. Oh, no, to get high with me on 420, because every 420, me and my boy Bobby Tambora get stupid high. And he brought an actual black shirt that says die of AIDS queer with the exact fucking logo. Aww. And I'm like, I wore it for a couple of weeks to fuck with Frankie. But now, but my boy, Mr. White's like, send me that shirt. And it's sitting there in the counter, and I will send it to you. And another $5. Nobody loves onion needs a day job. He sucks like KB takes off his bicycle seat for a ride. Yeah. And I'll tell you what else I've been doing in a minute. Oh, look at this. And the lovely Keanu C. Thompson, whenever she's at work, she tells me she's peeing. She's dude, and let me, I'm gonna give her props. She's fucking funny. Mm-hmm. And I know it sounds like I'm simping for my girlfriend, but it's like the last thing I ever wanted to be, and we've been hooking up off and on for years. And then we started dating, and it's been great. And I never brought her on shows with me. I never made her a guest on, but she calls in Hot Water. She's great. And then I started she was doing shows with Chrissy. And then one time she did my birthday show, and I'm watching her, and it's like, no, she's funny. You know what I mean? But you don't want to admit it, not admit it, but I don't want to be Rich Voss with Bonnie. That's a bad example because Bonnie's funny. That came out wrong, but you know what I mean? But I'm like, he's just it was the same thing. The first time I saw Bonnie, I'm like, I'm an asshole. She's fucking funny, Yeah. But she's way funnier than me. And she's touring a lot with Chrissy, and that's a fun tour. Her, Chrissy, and God forgive me, Lila Hart. They do to quote Anthony Cumia, that should be called the Adorable Tour. But they tour a lot. They're in LA.
I just saw them last week in Austin.
Oh yeah,
well,
they
not,
were just
not Keanu.
Lila.
It was, Lila and Chrissy. Fucking great show. Actually,
Yeah,
Leonardo Joni was on that show.
Yeah. There you go. Admit it. There you go. And by the way, this isn't Win by Two radio. Like this Win by Two radio, and this is another time, watch this. I can admit when I'm wrong. This Win by Two radio, it's just this it's a fucking mini red bar, right? And it's this guy, John DiCaprio out of Philly, right? And at first he had a co-host who was an asshole and he was fucking posting videos of Keanu's OnlyFans. And I'm like, what a dick, right? Fired that guy. And now I watch, I will never attack someone who's just sitting there having fun. And he's like, I'm going to cover, so again, Win by Two radio, I'm probably going to ban you because you're not really him. Don't take it wrong. So the actual Win by Two radio guy, he's like, I'm going to cover the AC thing because he's in South fucking, I'm like, all right, let's see what he's doing. I put it on today. He's on a golf course. He's under a tree. He set up the mic and he's just talking. I'm like, this guy gets it. And he's sitting there and there's a tree in his way. And he's like,
Are you talking about GH?
No. Oh, he's in a tree. It's AC, so there's the feet of some black guy hanging from it. But the kid's good. And all he ever says is, and I love him because Keanu does her stream with her mother Mickey, and all he ever says is, "Look, Keanu's cute, but he's like, I really want to work on her mom because Keanu's mom is fucking adorable." And you would love this in true Ginzo fashion. We were down there like 2-3 weeks ago. And it's the end of the night. I'm exhausted. And she's like, you want to go down the street to a wine bar and drink with some of my gay friends? And we get hammered. We're back at her place getting high. And I'm so comfortable around her. It's 4 a.m. And Keanu's mother goes, do you want me to make you something to eat? And I go, yes, make me food. And she couldn't wait. She couldn't wait to cook.
See, this is what I'm saying. Mom's got a mom. I've gotten a big following the last year of not just anarchists and libertarians and things, but also of fucking trad wives and fucking trad wives, traditional wives.
Oh, never heard that one.
Movement. It's a big old movement. The trad motherfuckers pushing for Christian values and pushing for this and that. And listen to all these women talk about like how fulfilling it is to just feed a motherfucker. It just makes me sit back and I'm like, God bless you, girls. God bless you. Because it makes, do you know how fulfilling it is for a dude to knock a motherfucker out or protect a woman? It feels good. You know, to just be like, yeah, I'll walk into your car. Dixon.
Oh, wait. He ended up putting his hands on that girl and she turned on him and got a restraining order. Anyway, go on. You're going to do great, Taz, dude. You're going to do great. But yeah, and feminism, and look, feminism is another thing that's been hijacked. It's fucking been hijacked by the left and the woke and all this shit. And I'll tell you, you could say I'm being a dick, and I have no, like, I love women. I'm a big fan. I'm a mama's boy. I was raised by a fucking woman, and when I make jokes in my act about hitting women, I'm like, women always laugh first. And the only thing funnier, I say this, than when a woman, a trad wife, I guess, whatever you call it, laughs, it's when the guy looks to make sure it's okay that he's laughing at the joke. And I always say it's funny to me because fucking I grew up, my mom was a fucking teacher. My dad was a farmer. He was like out, he was away 14 hours a day. He played in the, and when my dad came home, you know what he did? He did whatever the fuck my mother told him to do. And if my dad ever came home and said to me and my brother, I had a rough day, she gives me shit, I'm going to hit her. We'd be like, that bitch will kill you. And you learn by watching this to emulate smart, strong, powerful women. You know what I mean? And that's like how I look at feminism. But the other thing they're doing with feminism, and I'm telling you, everything to me ties back into them controlling the population. And if you have a woman who you're fucking paying and I'll say it, less money to leave the house and fucking join the workforce, and she doesn't have time to raise kids, you know, and trust me, the kids she does have, well, don't worry, she'll let the fucking state raise them, fucking Chairman Mao. And that's how feminism is fucking, that's the feminism that I don't like. That's the fucking feminism I talk about.
and they needed the double the tax income. If they were only getting one tax income per household, they needed to double that. They needed to get those numbers up, and that's what they did. They very intentionally put out, I think it was Rockefeller himself, pushed for it in order to get women out of the house and into because it's not fair and blah blah blah. But over and over, what's that old trope Peterson talks about, where the most egalitarian countries, like the ones over in what is it, Norway or Sweden or some other fucking place.
Sweden. Go on. I'm sorry.
Where they have a bunch of people like that. The more egalitarian a state gets, women and men actually normally and more intentionally gravitate towards the things that are more traditionally masculine or traditionally feminine. There are more women in nursing. There are more men in construction and things like that. You know?
Yeah, and it's they and I, dude, I do a line in my act, and I'm telling it to you because I think like there's a guy I always call gay. Like I'll call a guy faggot, and I'm like, no one's offended. I'm like, no one hates gay people anymore. Like, and that's the thing. It's like these are the words they want to convince us to be scared of. I'm like, no one hates gay people anymore. No one hates black people anymore. They don't. Okay, the 1% and all that stuff. And I said, but they want you to think that. Whenever someone says, you know, and I said, when you go out there, people are gonna like, who are they? And I'm like, they or them. And then I'll look at the guy I'm calling gay, and I'm like, and I don't mean to use your pronouns, faggot, but they are the ones that it's this small. They hijack everything, and since fucking they've convinced dumb people of certain words like white privilege, you know, and fucking and people like, obviously this is a word I need to cotton to, I need to adhere to, I need to kneel to. And another one is it's racism. It's like they talk about like how fucking we hate blacks. Let me tell you who hates blacks. The Democrats hate the blacks because you just said it. They wouldn't get vaccinated. We're trying to control you fucking animals, and you won't take the fucking jab. You know, and it's like, well, yeah, you know what happened with Tuskegee? No, you dumb ape. You're not supposed to remember that. That's how they think. And the one that I love the most, and I'm sorry that I love it, is LeBron James, who fucking was in trouble. LeBron James, not in trouble, like he did before. You know, he was vaccinated. He did this big fucking tequila promotion, you know, in late 20. And they're like, are you vaccinated? He goes, that's none of your business. And I literally wrote before I got fired by this sports sheet because all the liberal fucking terrestrial stations hated the shit I'd say. I'm like, that's going to be a bad look. It's going to explode on the left and all that shit. So what does he do in the offseason? I'm going to imagine his fucking bosses, and by that I mean slave owners, because slave owners are people that fucking are in control of fucking black people. They said to him, they're like, hey, LeBron, you dumb fuck. We're trying to push this. We're trying to fucking keep China happy. We're trying to make fucking money. So make sure you get vaccinated. And he comes back and like a total fucking idiot says, I know I've had a lot of, after much skepticism, he didn't even say it right. He used skepticism wrong. He's like, I decided the best way to win a championship was for me and my family to get vaccinated. So you know the wealthiest, most elite athlete in the world, whose life is an open fucking book, is very transparent, vaccinated his son. And it's one thing when we see all these people that died suddenly, and we see athletes like DeMar Hamlin, who we don't know about. But when you have a kid, we'll just say LeBron James Jr., who has a nickname and a hashtag, Bronny Jr., who we saw grow up, who we know every inch of his fucking life. We've seen him through fucking grade school, junior high and high school playing basketball. Now going into college, we know that his father is LeBron James and he has the best care available. He just fucking has cardiac arrest. And I'm telling you, it's the fucking elites that hate the black people because they could give two fucks. And right now they're looking at LeBron, who said, my last season, because it's such a good story for the NBA, will be Bronny Jr.'s first. And if I said you could have $1 billion, Pete, but your oldest boy is going to fucking collapse of fucking, of fucking cardiac arrest and be under a microscope for the next 3 years because he damn well better fucking keep playing. You're never going to, I can't imagine LeBron James is ever going to have a good night's sleep again. And that's your fault because you right now need to rebel against your fucking slave owners. And they don't.
Well, here's the reason why. Part of it is
the reason why.
Part of it, well, good thing I'm here. Part of it is the old Patrice bit, the golden handcuffs, meaning I was just watching Godfather. I'm going to come to you and that day may never come, but I'm going to need something from you. Right. So that knock on the door in the middle of the night, hey, my son was just shot. You need to blah, blah. You owe.
Can I interrupt you 1 sec? I just got a text message from, and this is disappointing. I'm at a poker table at the Borgata. I've never been in your chat room. Hold on. I knew it, buddy. I knew you were enjoying yourself. Someone was trolling you. All right, enjoying. Just let me, because I want to listen to what you're saying. Sorry, nobody loves onions. You're banned.
Oh, wow.
He probably ran and hid. I don't know how to ban him if he's not in the chat. So I wrote, I knew it, but I knew you were enjoying yourself. Have fun, all caps. So there you go. Sorry, nobody loves onions. You're gone. So go on. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying.
Oh, the golden handcuffs. Go on.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
An element is the golden handcuffs. You owe. If everyone wants to listen to a wonderful, after they're done listening to this wonderful live stream and Conservatish, all 266 episodes, then go and listen to the Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan got in trouble for saying, "Oh, my son's a faggot. I don't want to blah blah blah." Right? If my son turns out gay, blah blah blah.
Yeah, the shit he got for that. I used to do a joke. It's on my album. I'm like. This is how dumb people are. Like, you can't take a joke. Like, Tracy Morgan said, if my son were gay, I said, I'd kill that faggot. And I said, do you think Tracy Morgan, who started out poor, worked his whole life making people laugh, he'd throw that all away to kill his son, to kill someone for being gay and not just anyone, his son? And then I would say, of course not. He's a millionaire. He'd take him to a doctor and cure that faggot. That's anyway, go on. I couldn't resist. That's on my old album, but go on.
But he went on a beautiful rant, Patrice, about that on an old ONA episode. But there's also an element of, if you are one of the good ones, if you are one of the good guys, right? And I think, I'm not super conspiracy theorist, but I also, we found out 2 weeks ago that the Pfizer employees got a different batch. Or was it one of those? They got a
they got their own batch.
Right.
Not like Kevin Brennan's whole wife doesn't get my batch every morning. I'm sorry. Go on.
Hey,
side joke.
So who knows? But you slowly slump your shoulders. You slowly slouching towards Gomorrah. You slowly turn yourself smaller and make yourself smaller. And I owe, right? And that's what LeBron owes. They gave him everything. They gave him everything, right? That's why Kyrie said, suck my dick, because he did the internal work. I think you were just talking about it before I hopped on. It's something I constantly am hammering into my followers, because I don't give a fuck if you have an R or a D next to your vote, if you're a fucking anarchist or libertarian or whatever, if you do not take care of yourself, you will lose your mind, just like the theys that you get so upset about. If you do not meditate, pray, whatever the fuck, if you don't take care of your relationships with
if you don't source your fucking and that's why I call this GratCast. If you're not grateful for what you have, and fucking, I always forget who said it, without God, there is no gratitude. He said it, and it's a fact. And all these assholes that believe in science and don't fucking believe in a God, and I'm not saying being some fucking, Dianetics book or fucking, or fucking Christian that blows up an abortion clinic, but just someone that fucking looks and says, you know what, I know I didn't do this all on my own, and it makes you a fucking better person. Anyway, go on. I can't shut up sometimes. Go on, buddy.
No, but that's my point, is someone like LeBron James doesn't need to take care of himself, right? He doesn't need to sit back and go, hang on, am I being played right now? What's going on? Let me, and that should have happened way the fuck back. Another element, now that I'm thinking about it, element.
By the way, that's what I was going to say. If there's so many athletes, and then tell me the other element that flipped me. Like, I always liked LeBron. I never liked Kyrie. I thought he was a head case and a prima donna. And in the NFL, I used to love Russell Wilson. He was a leader, and I used to fucking get annoyed by fucking Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers, they both fucking, Kyrie Irving's like, no, I'm not getting that. And fucking Aaron Rodgers, like, when they came in to say the whole team gets vaccinated, you get more. He's like, oh, do you have the studies? Like, what are you, a scientist? Anyway, go back to what you're saying. It's like, it's amazing how the fucking they got fooled. They're like, no, you're all supposed to be dumb fucking athletes. And some of them are like, we're not doing that. And they're like, no, you're fucking this up for all of us. Go on.
No, another element is that I definitely agree. Another element is that LeBron got famous when he was like fucking 16, 17 years old.
Right.
that warps people's minds. They don't have a foundation, an intellectual foundation. I doubt highly that LeBron ever went through some sort of grand passing in his mind like we used to do. That still is necessary, man, if you're listening, to have some sort of a grand passes like the fucking Jews do. To move from boy to man, to like learn the real shit, right? LeBron didn't have that. He was showered with yes men and money and power and fame from a really young age, and that warps motherfuckers' minds. Now, will LeBron ever go, you know what? For the sake of my son's soul, for my soul, I fucked up. No. He can't do that. So he's gonna retire and slowly slink off and be whatever. Shaq, same thing. All these people.
What did Shaq do? I like. Wait, don't make me.
I'm sorry.
Don't make me not like Shaq. Oh, no. Don't do that.
Shaq was one of the main voices against Kyrie for a little bit there. Kyrie's being really dumb. You know, he's just I think especially around. It wasn't even the vaccine stuff. It was the What did he do? The black people are the real Jews. Remember that movie that came out and everybody's like,
and all he said was like, this movie is worth watching or something, right? Didn't he just say, hey, I'd give this a look? And that was an insane fucking movie, by the way. But you know, like, it's like, I don't like, I question everything now. There's nothing that I fucking don't fucking, say. There's nothing that I fucking blatantly go, yeah, okay, I believe you. There's no reason you should trust this government anymore. There's none whatsoever.
But I wonder, I think the main lesson that we are learning as a species is no more big heroes, no more leaders, right? We're learning to grab our own, I almost said suck our own balls. We'll talk to Kevin Brennan about that. Hey,
Brennan, thank you.
We're learning to grab our own balls and be like, no, you know what? No one's 100%. That includes dumb Trump. That includes everybody. DeSantis, nobody is our savior. No one is coming to save you. And that's not bad news. That's good news, because we're learning as human species, we're a lot more powerful than they have led us to believe. I'll fucking say this. All you black pilled motherfuckers. Do you know what a black pill is, Geno?
Black pill is like you just don't care about anything? No. What's a black pill?
Yeah, it's essentially nihilistic, and it's essentially like, we're all fucked and nothing even matters. And I'm just going to get my guns and my chickens and wait for them to come, right? And white pill is everything's going to inexorably get better. It may be fucked up, but we're going to get through it, right? As a human species. And to all you black pilled people out there, listen, they like it when you're dejected and disappointed. They like you feeling hopeless.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. But the reality is there's only 589. I looked it up a few months ago. There's only 589, somewhere around there. Might be 519. 189,000 politicians in the country. Okay. We outnumber them by a huge amount. I understand they have foot soldiers. I'm not saying that they're not.
They have F-15s. Isn't that what the president said? That faggot.
Yeah. We're going to need F-15s and we somehow almost overthrew the fucking government unarmed with a bunch of motherfuckers with a dude with a fucking hat. And we need to put those people in prison because they almost overthrew the government. Right? The reality is they can't handle us. They can't handle us. And that's why they do this psychological game. That's why they run around and do the passive aggressive, I'm going to set fires and run away. That's why they move in the shadows, because if they came into the fucking light, we would win. And guess what the process is happening over the last few years? It's coming into light. This is part of the process for us to eventually get there. We are taking our power back. It's going to be bloody. Yes, it may. I'm not saying don't get chickens and work out. Get all the fucking guns, baby girl. But I am saying understand that this is part of the process for us to get better. We are going to get better. It's impossible for the fucking lizards to win. Fucking period. Read Revelation, sure. But also, even if you're not religious, it's impossible for the lizards to win. We just have to understand that they like us to think that they're more powerful than they are.
Yeah. And the main tool of that has been social media. I say to my act, like right now, I should be at a Klan rally and the black guy should be fighting in a McDonald's, but it's that one small percent. And I was talking with Louis J. Gomez on Real Outs, and he was cracking up because he's right, because we talk about fucking Anthony, you know, and Anthony put stuff in his feed. He's like, he attacking like the videos because the videos drive him nuts. Like, these people are animals, and fucking Gomez said it perfectly. Like, I hope he realizes that the things driving him nuts he keeps commenting on, his algorithm is like, hey, here's more black people rioting. Yeah. So his entire feed is that, and it's funny to me. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's like 99% of the people we're all normal. You know, we like to laugh, bust balls, hunt Jews. We're all normal people. I do that in the act. It's a dumb joke. But yeah, and they want us to believe we're not. And that is why I fucking say it everywhere. I love that. That's another thing I was saying when we started. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing on this stream, but like, I'm the same guy behind the microphone at my desk as I am on the microphone behind the stage. It's like 99, like, comics of all people, more than ever now, we're the ones that need to stand up and say this shit, because anyone else that says it will be canceled. And like, the smart comedians cannot be canceled. They are uncancelable, and they have something to say. And that's why I had, like, I always say this. If you told me in 2020, you know, Gene, in a year, 2 years, all these clubs you've worked 20 years to be in, you're not going to be in any of them, give or take one or two, I'd be like, fuck you. And now it's like, thank God I'm not at them. And not that they're not fine at what they're doing, and not that there aren't great comedians in them, but I'm a fucking 54-year-old straight white male. There's nothing for me to say in those clubs. Nothing for me to say in those clubs that I can't say when I'm touring, that I can't say at my desk, that I can't say on this stream, that will get my point across. And again, what you said earlier, fucking, you have your core fans, and they're the ones. Like I've seen in chats, like, yes, Gene, we're subscribed. Yes, Gene, we agree with you. Move on. Tell other fucking people. Get more people to subscribe. Get more people to fucking fight back against the lizards that live underground. And you give me hope they can't fucking win. I got to turn this fan off. It's actually beautiful here today. Let me ask you something else. Here's my question, because I want to believe this, okay?
Yes, I am uncut.
I am snipped. Hate to, they're not airborne herpes bumps. Shouldn't you be working on another fucking thing? Yeah, aren't white. Oh no, we aren't white. Thank you. Big difference. So I'm watching this. All the indictments against Trump, and explain to me. Explain to me what that woman that said, "Oh, I hit save instead of send" or something. Did you see that? Forget it. Some woman in Georgia fucking posted the fucking indictment against Trump before it was even handed down. Like, they knew they were going to do it. And she's like, I didn't put a seal on it. Did you see that? What the fuck was that about?
I didn't look too deep into that.
Right.
All of that bothers or bores me to tears. They know that they don't have anything. That fat DA in New York, chubby chubs. They don't have anything real. They're just trying to play whatever. And also they're trying to build up this idea that, oh, we need to pay attention to that. I don't give a fuck.
Because here's the question. And if it's, I want to believe it, but I'm not getting my hopes up, because my brother has been saying shit like this forever. And same way, it's like, this is what they're saying. Like, the Trump, now that they've indicted him or whatever the fuck it is, okay, now he gets to have his day in court with it, and he's going to prove that, like, and I saw a woman talking about it, and it was reposted by Donald Trump Jr., which makes me want to believe it. But if you heard that, like basically, now that he's in court, now is how it had to happen. It had to happen like this. So Trump, who, again, I agree with what you're saying. Like, I don't fucking he's got my vote right now, but I don't feel bad for him. He's the one like, oh, I'm going to put Hillary in jail. He got in there, and he didn't really fucking do any of that shit. You know what I mean? At least he didn't kill any of his White House chefs. But they're saying it had to happen this way. He had to lose so he could fucking fight it. And then he's going to expose all this stuff in the trial. Like, that's a nothing burger, right? I want it to be true, but it's a nothing burger.
Yeah.
Or just say you've heard nothing about it, and then I'll know it's a nothing burger.
I've heard stuff about it. I lean back when it comes to the Q. That's essentially what Q, or a big part of it, is. You've heard of Q, right? Where it's essentially, stop looking at pictures of Keanu peeing, you motherfucker.
I was looking at the chat. I'm sorry, buddy. Go on. Yeah.
No, Q is essentially always doing that same thing where it's like, oh, the storm is coming. We're gonna get them, just like the left goes, we're gonna get what's his face, fucking Trump. The other side, Q does that same thing. We're gonna get him. And my friend James R, Real Person Politics on Twitter, really funny, incredibly law-minded, smart motherfucker, and says the horrible bad words like I do.
Yep.
He made a great point because he's very invested and very deep into all this stuff. And he said, listen, there is no indictment coming down for Hunter Biden. There is no indictment coming down for Joe Biden. They are not going to pay the consequences that you and I pay because they're just people at that level do not, right?
Yeah.
But what the benefit of all this movement is, and all the going to court and all the whatever, is exposure. It's exposure. It's another step towards us going, wait a second, Hunter really did profit. Joe Biden really did profit off of being like, oh, he really was fucking compromised. And then they're going to saunter off into the sunset after they're done with this presidency. He's going to saunter off into the sunset with his millions and his power.
Didn't they just drop his charges, by the way, with the taxes?
Hunter,
they dismissed him?
Yeah.
So nothing's coming of that. He paid his taxes, dismissed, but he still might face the gun charges.
But I don't know. But this is essentially the same thing. They're not going to. And what the benefit is to wake up the apolitical dum-dums who still live in California thinking like, oh yeah, it's getting pretty hot, but I can still handle it. I hate those fucking these. Right. I swear to fucking God, if you're still, and I know you are still in New York. I mean, I don't know. You must have like a rent controlled. God bless you. But like, I'm telling you right now, get the fuck out of there, everybody. Unless you're in New York. If you're in New York, vote. This is what I forgot to say, but remind me.
You didn't forget. Say it.
Well, let me finish this first point.
Oh, please.
I'm just saying, the benefit of all that movement towards Biden and what Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing and all that stuff is just exposure. It's like, hey, this is what's actually happening. There's nothing we can do because they already insulated themselves from consequence and accountability. Isn't that fucked up, everybody? Yep. And that makes people go, ugh, let me get off of social media. Let me get off of media. Let me buy some vitamins. Let me stop drinking fluoride. Let me do this. Let me do that. Get guns, get chickens, learn how to be more sovereign. There's only good that can come. You
really like chickens, don't you, Peter? You really like chickens.
I do. I actually spent a week on a farm in New Hampshire in June. I helped kill my first animal. Yeah.
All right. So go on. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
But let me finish this last point. Because I did rag on. I mean, I used to live in Manhattan, the Upper West Side, the whitest place in the world. But there's a friend I'm helping run for city council in New York City.
This is too big. I never liked that.
I like this. Look at how.
Do you? All right. Yeah. Tell you what. All right. Yeah. I never. Okay.
How am I supposed to counteract the messaging that I'm a midget unless I look bigger?
That's true. You're right. Okay. I'm sorry. Go on.
There's a friend who's running for city council in New York City called Elizabeth Galusho. Actually, let's see if we could do that. Hang on. Can we do that?
There you go, baby. There you go.
Being dumb is my favorite thing.
It's the best thing in the world.
So there's a friend who's running for city council named Elizabeth Galusho on the Upper East Side, and she is actually like really based as fuck, like super based. Everybody go to Elizabeth4NYC on Instagram and on Twitter. But outside of that, the movement is to get us dejected and a little more upset until we go, okay, let me turn inward. Let me realize that the emperor has no clothes. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it just seems like, now that I'm a registered New York voter, it's like, that's another thing where it's like, it's never not going to be blue, and that's another thing that just fucking makes me lose my mind when smart people I know are like, well, I hate Biden and the taxes and the gas prices, but I just would never want to vote for someone where, and my daughter wouldn't, and she literally said where my daughter wouldn't be able to get an abortion. I'm like, all right, well, you're a terrible mother. And also you're stupid. Because it will never, this is what people don't get. And please correct me. It's like the United States of America. There are always states that, you can go to get an abortion. Okay. You can, there will always be one. And they just love fucking just regurgitating the fucking idiocy of the left saying like, what if you can't afford to leave the state? then don't have sex. If you can't afford to leave the state, then save up your money for a condom. Save up your money for a condom. And they just say these grandiose.
Well, let me clarify this one thing for you. Because this woman is running as a Republican, Elizabeth Galusho, and I'm helping her out with her campaign and whatever. And they've already started the messaging of like, oh, she's a anti-vaxxer. She's not an anti-vaxxer. She's a pro-choicer.
Yeah.
And she also was like, oh, we need to protect abortion. Abortion is codified in the New York State Supreme Court. There is nothing any politician can do to change that. If you're worried about abortion in New York State, it's because you're a dumb white cunt and you don't do research. That's the fucking vote Republican, vote anybody but Kathy fucking Hochul, vote anybody but Eric Adams, vote anybody but all these Democrats, and abortion will still be abundantly available, you dumb white cunt.
That's it. And they love hearing themselves talk. And I get it. Like, at least if you're rooted in friends and family, you can get around this. And as much as I fucking lose my mind on there, I'm the first to admit it's like, it's because I'm just, just a fucking guy living with a cat, fucking dating a chick, and fucking I pay attention to this. But like so many people I know that are raising kids don't have time for it. They're so fucking wrapped up in fucking being a good dad. Like shout out to our buddy Steve Conte, one of the producers. Host of The Dump, just became a father of a little boy, and he's like the happiest man alive. It insulates you from this shit, and you really, it's The Simpsons. Just don't look. But I can't look away when it's like, how did we get this dumb? And it's all the dumb people that, they never. It's another thing like LeBron, but on the opposite level. They've never fucking just had a moment of introspection and said, maybe I'm the fucking idiot. That's another reason I love trolls. It's like, if you say something that bothers me, I'm like, I don't lie. Everything I say, I mean, and it's like, if you say something that bothers me, I'm like, let me fucking think about that. And I was talking with Keanu last night over dinner, and I'm like, you think I don't fucking wonder? It's what I said to you. It's like, what would happen if I never talked about them again? I'm like, but I have fun talking about them. Right. Like, I tell you what's going to happen with these people. I say fucking, the Kevin Brennan guy, I'm like, look how unhealthy he is, just living in a hateful echo chamber. And he moved to South Jersey. And the same thing, Bob Levy fucking just sits there and he'll go in any chat room to make super chat money. It's like, that's not living. And I'm sorry that I talk about it sometimes, and we end up fucking, everything becomes a joke when I work with fucking Garrett and Steve, the guys that fucking, and it's like, I want to be better. I want to look upwards instead of fucking at the people, the gum on my shoe, the crumbs, but I have too much fun doing that. Is that wrong?
No, it's not wrong. But here's we were talking about it earlier. You're taking care of yourself. Yeah. I'm going to give you, I'm going to say it. It may sound a little bit gay. So everybody cover your buttholes, but I think I'm really fucking happy for you that you have a fucking girl, man. And,
she's
and
great.
Somebody who's like really helpful and funny and talented and da 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 da. But I'm saying the mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever benefits to you, an element of it is you. That's you taking care of yourself, dude. So you can't lose your mind because you have somebody who's grounding you. Not just because they're a grounded person, but because there's other people in the world. It's not all about Twitter. It's not all about the comments. You're grounded in reality through your relationship with someone else. And that's fucking great, man. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. And those shows, they have to rely on other shows for content. That's gotta be a fucking nightmare. You know what I mean? Like, I just show up. That's what I said. It's like, I just show up and whatever we talk about, we talk about. Maybe if I just, like, I miss when we used to have a booker. We used to have a legit booker that was getting us guests, and then we'd get we'd get a guy that was in the White House, and then fucking Aaron would show gay porn, and they'd never want to be on again. But yeah. But by the way, Kyle, shout out. Yes, I puked. I puked. I banned all the idiots. Okay, I banned them. Okay, it wasn't win by 2. Fucking Melton was. He's like, I'm at a casino table. It's like, told you. Fucking, I banned fucking that dude, what's her name, that's fucking Pat Dixon, and was like, show me proof. If ever you weren't sure, like if someone did exactly what I said, and what do I have to gain? Watch this. This is perfect. Watch. And this is why I make fun of these people. It's like, no, I don't care. Like when I show those studies about fucking Democrats versus Republicans and the fact, it's like, And I explained, they're like, no, that's not true. And it's like, you need to prove me wrong because I'm not vaccinated, so I don't care. I don't care if this is true or not. It makes sense to my common sense, and it makes me like me more for not fucking listening and doing my own research. Yeah, but you can't prove people are dying from the vaccine. Are you vaccinated? Yeah. Don't you think you need to prove it for your peace of mind? I could give two fucks about you. Same thing. It's like, there was an insurrection January 6th. I don't think there was. There were no guns. The only country in the world that could show up with all the guns they want, and none of us did. And the other one, it's like, how'd they get in? Through the window. No, how'd they get through the 2-ton doors that can only be opened from the inside with a magnet? Oh, I don't know. Well, I need you to do me a favor and tell me how, because I don't care, but I want you to prove me wrong, because I don't think there's an insurrection. But if you live in a country where there's an insurrection, you should really want to prove that didn't happen, so you think you still live in a democratic state. Same thing. The chick's like, look, that dude Taz fucked Pat Dixon, and fucking she's being groomed. She's not in here now. I banned her. Actually, she's being groomed because he's a fucking deadbeat that will beat the shit out of her next. You can't prove that. I don't have to. I'm fucking a girl with daddy issues 20 years younger than me and sleeping on a pile of money in an Eames chair. Yeah, but you need to prove to me, go away, you tranny fuck. Go away. And by the way, I'm sorry, I'm always right. Did I not say Patrick Melton was probably enjoying himself in AC? He's got 2 chairs fucking tied together with fucking rope, and he's playing at the blackjack table saying, hit me. He's actually saying that at the buffet. Hit me, old John Panette line. You understand? I'm sorry, I'm right about this. But
I will say that TACS or whatever looks like Stalker Patty. Do you remember Stalker Patty?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're thinking Taz, the resident artist. And she's another one that just fucking, you talk about Pat hitting women, like, well, I used to hit people when I was no, you weren't. You're fucking an anorexic fucking loser. And they come in my chat, they're like, we have something to say. Then look at his stream. Fucking, aren't you happy you're with Pat Dixon? Then go celebrate your fucking life, you dumb anorexic fucking tranny. And I'm like, and I'm sorry that I enjoy this. They're like, but do you see, she's like, I had to ban her for her own sake. She's like, you have my DM me the receipts. Go away, you fucked Pat. Prove to me that you didn't. And if you didn't, what do you care? It's like Joe Biden when they said, where's the money then? I'm kidding. You're not kidding, you senile old fuck. And this is another way. I don't know how people trust the mainstream media when they said, it's another common sense thing. It's like Donald Trump. I'm going to tell you, a little politics there, Pete. Donald Trump was a millionaire when he started. Actually lost money while he was in office because, one, he didn't want a salary. He didn't want to be bought. What is the Biden family business that they're all fucking multi-millionaires now? What is it? Fucking selling fucking political favors. And and the dots, I always say, if you can connect the dots in a straight fucking line, then that's the common sense. That's all you fucking need. And not enough people are doing that. It literally is the old phrase, common sense ain't common. You know? Go away, right. Kyle. Not Kyle, but the comment. Yeah. But by the way, did I miss any? The fake Hamlin is a street vendor. Oh, they were calling you Peter Dinklage because apparently you're admitted. And for those of you who don't know, Keanu is done peeing, but that's an old super chat. I'm going to have to give her that $2 back. I'm kidding. All right. So look at that. By the way, look at this. I can't be bothered. Like, watch this, dude. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna destroy my computer now because this Barry guy. I don't know if you know Barry. He's a giant bee. He's a giant green bee. He's a giant. Now, here's what I need to do. You understand? Like, don't you visualize a guy going like, all right, let me just say he's flat broke, send, perfect crime. What are these guys doing?
Right.
Like,
it costs nothing. But on the inverse is that this, I mean, at least for me, I'm not even monetizable on YouTube.
Why not?
Because I have a strike against my account.
So you can't be monetized ever again? Are you doing
No, I have to wait a year. But then I was almost there, and then I got another strike. Do you know why I got another strike, by the way? Just to make
I'm dying to know why you got another strike.
So
was it calling Kevin Brennan's wife a cunt whore?
No, faggot nigger. But there's
I
don't even know Kevin Brennan.
That's two now. Thank you.
I just needed to say bad words. That's all it is.
It feels good,
but it feels so much fun. Oh, do you remember Mark Hughes? You know Mark Hughes, that old Canadian comic friend of mine.
Yeah.
We always talk about.
By the way, Jeff, if you knew what I got paid last week, see, this is the kind of show you leave up. Like, imagine if I didn't make fucking 5 figures. Like, imagine. Did you say $5 or 5 figures? Because the second one would make more sense. All right, Jeff Sturm got me good. Go on, buddy. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. So, what was I talking about before the Mark Hughes thing? Oh, I was just saying. Nope, it's gone. I'll finish the Mark Hughes thing. I think saying nigger or faggot is so much fun, but it's not as fun as making fun of the Chinese. Gook isn't as fun, right? But so as words to say, but it's much more fun to right to like hold your eyes. It's doing naughty things. Doing naughty things is fun, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a pertinent point wherever the fuck it went. But suffice it to say, I always have a blast hanging out with you.
Yeah, dude. And to wrap up, like that's why I'm like, they make new words bad. Okay, excuse me. They dumb people think the words are bad, or like, oh my god, those are bad words. No one hates blacks. No one hates gays. And the thing I always say, like, and if they do, they're certainly not coming to a comedy show. You understand? But there's new bad words that are fucking made up. And I always say anti-vax is a word. That's a bad word because no one's anti-vax. Okay, and it's never been more apparent. Again, you see it in a comic. I'm like, none of you walked in and said, can I sit with the vaccinated? Can I sit with the unvaccinated? But this is what anti-vax is. It's like me and you decided not to get vaccinated. Me and you both said, well, I did the research and I think I'm healthy and I know I can take supplements and I know I can take care of myself. And also, if there's a vaccine out and it works, then no one who's vaccinated should have a complaint about the unvaccinated because they're safe from us. That's the research we did. But you know what the government said? Rather than giving us credit for respecting our bodies and everyone else around us once the vaccine came out, they're like, you aren't a smart person who cares about other people. You hate vaccinated. You're not a fucking person that loves all humanity and you're letting them fucking make their own choices. You are anti-vax. That's what they did. And that's a word that fucking people live on. And that's a bad word now. This nigger doesn't fucking think he's a bad person. I don't care if you faggots out there are afraid of certain words. But that's what they're like, no, I don't like that word. And I say it all the time, like words are like anything else. And if you were raised right, you use them for good. You can take a hammer, fucking build a house, great. Take that same hammer, kill someone, murder weapon. That's what words are. And people don't want to fucking, most people do. But they fucking keep throwing it. Thank you. It was gross how much I paid him. He gave me 2 sacks of money. When he paid me they were filled with gold. And you know what I gave him and his wife? Me and Keanu gave them 2 blankets filled with COVID and smallpox. So we left that in our wake. It's all fucking
good. Going back to your Columbus roots, you fucking Italians. Every single time. But I was also I was going to say, I've been one of the fulcrums that they always go to is don't say the N-word because it's going to make black people upset. Yeah. I've been thanked. Not only do I have a shit ton of black followers who don't care about that and black friends who don't care about that when I do say that word, but I've also on my show, I had a guy named Nico. He's a friend of mine. He's a teacher. We had a great conversation. He's half black and half Filipino. And he's like, thank you for saying nigger instead of the phrase the N-word.
Isn't that awful?
I hate the phrase the N-word.
Yeah.
Right? It's disingenuous or whatever. So which ones, white people, which black people should I listen to? If black people not liking the word is the fulcrum between whether I should say it or not, should I listen to anonymous douchebags who are oversensitive, or should I listen to my friend who specifically thanked me for saying the word? Anyway.
The second one, and I will fucking back that up with something I say in my act, and I'm not, but it's true, and it's a fact. It's like the people that it's exactly you talked about, they don't have black friends. The people that are trying to convince us we're racist, okay, are the ones that fucking that Joe Biden who had slaves. Fucking Donald Trump, don't get me wrong, he's not, but these are all the elites, you know, and the worst are people like fucking Don Lemon, who's gay and black, and he's such an elite. He's like, you can't fire me. You suck at your job. What? I'm gay and black. And I say it, and it's a fact. I'll look right at a black person when I say this, and everyone laughs. I'm like, I live in East Harlem. I do. And I say, I see more black people on my 5-minute walk to work. It's a 10-minute walk, but I run. Those coons are dangerous. I say that, and you look right at a black couple, and they lose their mind laughing. And then you look at the terrified white people, and you're like, why are they laughing? Oh, because it's a joke, and we're all fucking the same. And they're like, oh, my God. But exactly what you're saying. It's like, well, the N-word, and you can't. I can. I have black friends. I do. We hang out, like we live in fucking city number 8. You're fucking with President Snow. You understand? You live in fucking the elite cities. You live in fucking whatever the town was called in the Hunger Games.
I don't know. It's always the Connecticut whites. Always the Connecticut whites who moved it every single fucking time. It's motherfuckers who with rich daddies who come from upper middle class households. They saw Sex and the City in the 90s. They saw Friends, and they were like, what a romantic city. So they moved down to New York City. They feel unsafe. They don't have their daddy around, right? And they're certainly not going to have like a gun because that's illegal. So you know what? I'm going to get Big Daddy government to protect me because I feel unsafe. And I'm going to make this utopia to make it Connecticut. It's just it's Connecticut with tall buildings. That's all it is. And lastly, I'll say, if you do live in District 5, Geno, you have to vote for Elizabeth Galuccio for city council. You cocksucker.
I will vote for Elizabeth Galuccio. I will certainly do that. All right.
She has an Italian sounding last name, so I don't even know.
I think it's pronounced Galuccio. Is it Galuccio? I
think it's Golluscio.
Hold on. Try it one more time. I'll type it right in.
Golluscio.
Golloscio. That seems very Italian. Golloscio.
Mm-hmm.
What's her first name?
Elizabeth.
And she's running for what, my friend?
City Council of District 5 in Upper East Side.
Elizabeth for New York City. Elizabeth Galuccio, former tech. Ah, look at this cutie. Hold on. All right, so yeah, I'll definitely that will be the first person, and her website is Elizabeth for NYC. Look at that. This gal, buddy. Is this a friend of yours?
Yes, that's her.
There you go. Elizabeth.
She's a badass. She's based. She's running as a Republican, but she's never been a Republican before. She's literally just like, hey, shit's out of control. I feel called to do this. I want medical freedom. I want the crime to get better. I want, right? So she goes through a lot of that stuff, and I've had long conversations with her. Super awake woman. Love her to death.
Let's see what she thinks about e-bikes if she wants my vote. Our police has confidence hundreds of a huge problem for our neighborhood. We have many young children who are at risk of being hit by bikes. Yeah, I love her already. We need to work on. Yeah, I calmly ask an e-bike or a moped rider on the sidewalk to move to the street. They're usually pretty receptive. Also, consider this when ordering takeout. Please, I'll do that. What do you think of the 5G towers? They're lizards. Hold on, I want to see this. What do you think about the 2G people? 5G towers. Yeah, dude. That's all right. Dude, I'm going to put this, watch this. I'm going to save it to my links, and I will fucking talk about that this week. Maybe we can get her on In Hot Water. Tell her to do our stupid show. I would love that.
Yeah, she would be down. She's definitely, she's friends with me, so obviously she doesn't cuss.
She's a garbage person.
Exactly.
She's obviously a garbage person like us.
And actually, Geno, we're thinking about setting up an event in September at the comic strip. I'll let you guys know if that becomes solid or whatever, but yeah, I might be in town. So,
all right, make that happen. Let me know when you're in town, and I'll email you. We'll get you on In Hot Water to Skype in. It's always a good time. But thanks for sitting in, buddy. Fucking, I gotta have guests more. It's more fun for me. Fuck, And again, I'm sorry that I didn't get the receipts of that dude who fucks Pat Dixon. I really. And again, and what I'm really sorry about is, honest to God, what I'm most sorry about, I swear, Peter, is that fucking Pat and fucking Kevin weren't shoulder to shoulder saying, now call him short. Now call him gay. I'm sorry that wasn't going on because they were enjoying their lives in Atlantic City. All right?
Cool,
where can they find you? At Peter Feliciano on Twitter, on the Instagram?
On the Instagram, I'm at Peter_Feliciano, Feliciano, and on Twitter, I'm at Rule62Peter. But I'm barely on there. But yeah, Instagram, I have 22.1 thousand followers, Geno. I'm famous.
On InstaFace?
Yes, sir.
Dude, that's fantastic. I'm gonna go. You know, maybe I'll go troll you on there. I'm a really good troll. Then
just don't call me a midget because I'm very sensitive about my height.
Sorry, Representative Dinklage. All right, well, I want to thank you for being on, buddy.
Thank you for having me. It's always great talking to you, brother.
We got to do this more, but this was a great chat. All right, let me go. We'll wrap it up. I'll tweet this out. I'll let people see it. But again, thank you to all the super chatters. Thank you to everyone that came in, and thank you to fake Pat Melton, fake Kevin Brennan, and actual Taz, the resident artist, who's a dude. He's a dude. That's the show, everyone. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.